Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Katie. If you're new to this channel, I'm a multidimensional energy healer and sound therapist and composer and someone that is here to help people on their awakening journey, figure out who they are, the truth of who they are in a fun and empowered and kind of grounded way. So this video, I really felt like explaining what it is that I've been seeing in my sessions with people and give those of you who are on a healing path some of the insights that I've been downloading and seeing in my sessions. Firstly, I want to say one major takeaway that I've been seeing from my clients is the same message again and again, that the next 6 to 9 months are kind of going to be really intense and a lot more deeper purging. I feel that this healing journey has been kind of like waves where we've been oscillating between this height and this low. And I feel like we've been kind of riding the waves of our self-discovery, releasing trauma, understanding where we've been indoctrinated, patterns like this. Lately, the analogy that they've been giving me is that there is a kind of access or a permission slip to start working deeper within the quantum field, deeper within the multidimensional field, deeper within the traumas that are stagnated within our human life, our human body, our childhood, our inner child wounding, that are making shifts and effects deeper and deeper and deeper into layers of our multidimensional field. So what does it look like to see a multidimensional field? As someone that is quite visual, when I work, and it's so complicated and intricate and amazing, and then you have to realize that this whole game of life is absolutely orchestrated by a masterful creator, like mind-blowing. My human brain can't even keep up trying to piece together. But let me walk you through what I've been seeing recently around going deeper into our energetic fields. Where I used to be able to clear stagnation in the field and on the energy systems, what's happening now is things are being brought to the surface that are wounding, constriction, limitations, denial, separation, self-hatred, loss, rejection. All of these aspects on our inner child have been coming up through our interconnectivity with our government, through media, through our relationships, through our sleep, through our astral realm, through our downloads. Everything is kind of being pushed up to the surface, and I feel that we're being called to go like deeper and deeper and deeper into it. But it's also, and this is really important, connecting to the templates that we have stored within our energy body that we have agreed to come and look at. What I mean by a template is, think about your childhood right now and think about your whole life. What is something that is a theme that comes up again and again? Is it denial of your power? Is it separation from your gifts? Is it a feeling of being different, of being isolated? Is it fear of failure? Do you not put yourself out there because what if you aim too high for the sky and you fall, and all of your deepest fears about not being good enough are revealed to you, so you don't bother trying to acclimatize to anything higher than what you are now, right? These type of archetypal energies and lessons I see as templates in people's energy field. So things that you have experienced in your childhood are going to be resonant of aspects of your multidimensional consciousness or multidimensional field that you have experienced from other expressions. So I'm really feeling at the moment that going inwards, going in to look at your wounding from childhood. How did you relate to your mother and your father when you were 2, when you were 3, when you were 4, when you were 5? Every different age of your childhood represented a different aspect of you that is being developed. Your grounding, your security, your safety. If you moved around a lot as a child, there's going to be an embedded sensation of unsafety, of unnerving, of ungroundedness that has been implemented and programmed into your template of how you experience yourself. So if you imagine like the base chakra has a template, Imagine that a very harmonic and organic template. Imagine gold light pulsing from here. If your like mother died when you were young, this is going to create let's imagine that there's like a little black dot here, or one of these vibrating strings of energy is weakened. So if you were to pluck it, it's going to vibrate at the resonance of, I do not feel safe to trust in my environment because X, Y, and Z happened, and it showed me where your brain, imagine another template of your brain, decides, I'm going to take on the belief system that I feel unsafe or ungrounded and the world is an unsafe or unstable place. When you walk around with that template, what's happening is, I didn't expect to go here with this, but stay with me. Light from your higher consciousness is fractaling down through the templates, projecting out a certain experience, a certain resonance, or magnetizing certain vibrational physical experiences that align and harmonize to this template. So how is the template of your belief system aligning to the experiences of the template of the formation when you were a child of your energetic bodies and your energetic structures, right? And then how is that creating the relationship patterns that you're in, your financial situation that you're in, the job that you're in, your happiness, your joy, your sensation of being in your body, your ability to understand that you're a God source being and to live from that state, your ability to be a healer, claim that you're a healer, and just literally get to work and start helping people in your God-given gifts and ways and rights. However that looks for you, it looks different for everyone, right? So where I feel my sessions over the last 2 years have been like opening up a chakra, clearing out, oh, they felt hurt about this and maybe they're holding this. No, none of that anymore. Spirit or higher consciousness is saying, let's go even deeper into the resonance of the templates that have created you as a child, that connect in. Imagine now, go with me. Imagine now there is one template here, and this is your human life, and there's a number one here, and then there's a hologram back. So there's a template here and another template here, and this is another life, and then another life, and then another life. So all of these vibrating layers of these strings are connecting in to your multidimensional experiences, which makes up your signature frequency, your signature soul essence, right? Your frequency that is Marcus, Jane, whoever you are out there, Sarah, right? So instead of just tidying up some of the things, what I'm doing in sessions and what I hope to express to you all is that we're being given the chance to go deeper and deeper and deeper and restore the original blueprint. Imagine now that this has no taints. None of these vibrating strings are lower in their energy. They are all oscillating at the most harmonically, perfectly aligned template of your higher self, of your oversoul, of God's source blueprint, right? So imagine that each of these dots are a certain virtue that you carry: strength, confidence, intuition, psychic gifts, self-healing abilities, telepathy, groundedness, nurturing, safety, expression, joy, love, harmony, right? Imagine the full template of what it is to be a fully healed and whole and aligned God source being, which we have been before in different octaves of human consciousness throughout our history. Maybe not full human, maybe a combination of different energy sources, but what we're essentially doing is restructuring the energetic templates that make up our energy systems over our throat, our third eye, our crown, and deeper in the multidimensional layering of our energy field, right? I hope you're with me right now. If you're not, that's okay. So the next 6 to 9 months is the message that I keep getting for people to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It's time to create a sensation of awareness of where your traumas lay, where your limitations are, where your self-made restrictions are, where your inherited restrictions are, how that negatively affects your life. What is it that you want to experience? What is it that you want to feel? If you right now had the time And this is what they give as homework to clients sometimes. Take one piece of paper and write down all of the restrictions that you feel in your life. And next year there'll be a course to help you do this. But for now, if you're like, I'm keen to do the work, let's do it. Write down all of the restrictions that you experience. I'm scared to ask for more. I am scared to show my true self. I have poor boundaries, which means that I let people treat me in a certain way, but I'm too scared to say it because I don't want to right? All of your restrictions on one piece of paper. On the next piece of paper, write how long they have been in your system, how long it's been active. Tune in. For how long have I not said my truth? Oh, well, I was really flamboyant as a child, so maybe at age 7. Tune in, and this is where your intuition can start working for you, right? Just close your eyes, start to tune into your energy system, quiet your mind, come into a grounded state, and then make a layering of maybe this age, my fear to be seen. Oh, well, I've always had that. Okay, now go into your multidimensional field. Oh, it feels like it's been there for a really long time. Okay, once you've got all the kind of time frames of this, a third piece of paper, go back to the root. How much of this experience belongs to me? And how much of this experience did I inherit from somewhere else? Okay, my dad didn't really express his truth because if he did, he was going to be judged by my mom, who wear the pants and she needed it this way because right? So write on the third piece of paper, does this belong to me? Who does it actually belong to? Another piece of paper, what is it that I would prefer to feel instead? And then they're saying, when you have all of that information, what you feel, how long you felt it, who it truly belongs to, what you prefer to feel, then you can go through step by step and start to tune into your body. Where do I feel the sensation of my mother's inherited or my father's in my body? And then they're saying this is when learning how to clear your energy field or connect in or ask for help from your angels, from your guides to take this up and out of your energy field. The steps are recognizing what it is, seeing where it feels and sits in your body as a vibration. How big or small is it? Does it have a color? Does it have a shape? Getting to understand and know exactly how you feel, and then tuning into the part of you that is wounded. How old are they? When was it? And then how can you best meet your own needs? How can you best love yourself, accept yourself, understand your limitations, allow yourself to fully feel and express the hurt before it is released? Learning how to move energy, feel energy, allow energy to come to the surface can be extremely daunting. Going into your innermost traumas is like, there's whole trauma release therapies for it. Like, why do people resist it on the planet? Because it's uncomfortable. But they're truly saying, and this is a message that the guides are saying, if you do a third of the work, they're going to meet you. The vibrational forces of the universe are speeding up, and your ability to kind of traverse more depth and landscape in your energetic field for transmutation, for liberation, for restructuring your system. It's like energy is coming towards you to support you doing this, and you have to raise and meet it. And if you take the first few steps, the energy is going to help you. The right person will come along your path. You might do it in the astral state, but you are much more empowered to take action over your healing than I think people understand and realize. And clearing energy is a lot easier than I think people actually understand and realize, right? Releasing something that no longer serves you, once you really understand as a belief, when you write the list of what you would prefer to feel, you can look back and say, does it make any sense for me to not express myself? Well, yes, because I am fearful. Okay, let's go into the fear. What would you prefer to feel? Where does the fear live? How long does it been there? Who does it belong to? And then learning to release those deeper quadrants of fear out of your energy field, because they're saying, and they say this analogy all the time. They show me the analogy of a doorway, right? And someone's walking through their life and people are excited to get to the door. Maybe the door for you is, I want to meet my soul family. Maybe behind the door is, all of my psychic gifts are there, and then I get to be the healer that I want to be, or I get to download the information that I want to download, or intuit, or feel empowered in my channeling skills, right? Maybe behind the door is full and total abundance and safety to feel and be supported on this path. Whatever is your shining light behind that door right now, they're saying you're all racing to get there, but in front of the door are boxes, and inside the boxes are things that you've neglected, rejected to look at, parts of yourself that you've forgotten, parts of yourself that you have deemed unacceptable, unworthy. And they're saying there is a very easy step-by-step process to start opening up those boxes and saying, okay, let's get to the deep clearing work. Do I want to carry this into the next iteration of my consciousness? No. How can I accept, feel, love, honor, respect, integrate it, and allow it to be transformed through the grace of the mechanisms of the universe for collective consciousness being raised? Does this make sense? And this can seem really overwhelming and daunting if you look at it like, I have to move through all of these things. But I guess what I'm trying to say is it's happening. You probably feel it. Energies are getting purgier than ever. It's feeling a bit unsteady. It's feeling a bit uncomfortable. And my message is that you can take ownership and responsibility for how you feel, what you have felt, and start to act as a participant in your healing journey as the healers that you all are. I'm pretty sure everyone who listens to this is some type of healer, or has been, right? So the next little while is really moving through the stagnation, because it's coming up from the furthest layer of our field into this here now moment, from the back of our energy field presented to us in our dreams, in our experiences, in our feelings, in our body, to be released. If you need help, obviously I can help you, or the activations that I put on here help. The ancestral series, the reparenting program is coming out in 2 weeks, healing the inner child from the birth, from the womb, from ages 0 to 18, 18 to 4 years, 4 years to 7, 8 to 12, 12 to 15, going through all the different age range. But there's so much content out there to help move energy out of your body. So what I'm saying is if you buckle down now, I guess, and treat it head on, and feel empowered as you move through your healing process, when you go to open that door, there's going to be nothing hindering you, and you can step into the full embodiment of all that we are looking to experience in this life. Actualizing your higher consciousness, your true self, your original divine blueprint is available to us in this life, which I don't know if it has been in the 80s, no, the 70s, no, the 60s. We fell from consciousness, and it's just been this plight all the way up to this oscillation, to this new octave, and we're about to jump. So if you feel like you're drowning in the sea of intensity, don't worry. There's a purpose and there's support for you, and you can feel empowered to move through that. And point 2 that I want to make, I saw a really amazing session with a client, and basically they were showing me what is happening with our energy systems is we are learning how to, once we can imagine that our system is like a house, and you have all of these electrical wires. There are energies that need to be earthed for the electricity to run. There are wires that have been frayed and chewed upon. There are limiting beliefs that are short-circuiting our ability to think critically and cohesively. There are disconnection of the wires between our thoughts and our voice and our heart. Our heart matrix isn't conducting as much vitality and life force energy. Our whole electromagnetic system has been distorted through mind control, from the time where we may have lived when Anunnaki beings created like slavery on the planet, right? You may have incarnated into galactic lifetimes where you've been utilized as a slave, as a clone, right? We're really being called to look at ourselves from a more multi-dimensional perspective and understand that all of these experiences have some way affected our electromagnetic circuitry of our field. Our DNA is wanting to be activated. The dormant strands of our DNA is wanting to be turned online, to be harmonized, to be plugged back in. So when we run light from our higher consciousness, from the higher realms, it becomes a new source of energy that we move throughout our field, our system, which then, so cool, creates a grid system. Imagine this is the grid of Gaia, right? And imagine every little human takes a stand on each of these. They're showing me, imagine every little human takes a stand on one of these little lines, right? Some people are awakened. So one person here is holding the light, and this light is spreading throughout the grid. But all the people around them are still indoctrinated. What they showed me for this client is, imagine that there is like kind of like an oppressive dome of collective unconscious vibrating through the earth. I'm not saying the earth is flat, by the way. Let's not get into that. But just imagine the earth vibrating, and it has layers of control, thought currents, electromagnetic energy. We are literally in training to things that we have no idea about all of the time because of the collective consciousness, the collective unconscious, and the vibrational forces that be. Think about everything in vibration and energy and frequency in our planetary body as we fly around the cosmos, right? So what they were showing me, what's actually happening is we are restructuring our energy systems. Imagine that you're standing here, and from your mind, you are plugged into social media, which is creating a disorganic frequency, mind control, programming about how you look, how you express, what it means to be a human, what aliens mean, right? There's like divisive energy with political parties. There are all of these things that are entraining into our thoughts, which are then shifting the resonance, the bioharmonic resonance of our organs, of our cells, and it's weakening our ability to conduct higher voltages of energy to create us to be powerful beings, right? Our highest wattage, our highest voltage. So what's actually happening is as you unplug and clear the templates from your energy system, if you do light language, you can clear these templates for yourself. My activations are doing that. Find other things online that work for you. Sound is very powerful. As you're unplugging from these other matrices that make up the energetic sphere of the earth, you are allowing yourself to bypass this weight, this heaviness, and re-plug in and reharmonize into the octave, the higher octave of your higher consciousness energy, which is a self-generating, self-sustaining energetic matrix, energetic structure, which is connected into the unlimited energy of God, Source, Creator, the universe, where you can connect to interdimensional beings for upgrades for yourself, where you can have clear cohesion within your thought patterns, where your brain waves are going to be able to oscillate, where your nervous system is going to be able to re-regulate to a more smooth, peaceful, coherent vibration. Does this make sense? So what they showed me with this client is what he was actually doing at this time was unplugging, pulling back all of the energetic plugs, the wires in his house that he'd plugged into his parents. He'd plugged into his school. He'd plugged into people saying, oh, wow, you're so good at this. So then he took on, I am good at this, right? Where have you been told who you are by another person and then believed it? Oh, Katie, you're very good at this. Okay, be a good girl. Okay, get rewards and get dopamine from being good at school, right? Who cares if you're good at school? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Is it true and authentic to you? Yes or no? So what we're being called to do is like unplug from anything that we've plugged into to get acceptance, to get love, to get validation, safety, right? Because the people that are giving us validation, safety, and love, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your government, maybe it's your school, they ask them to imagine different orbs around your energy body right now. You've plugged into your parents. Is their orb fully connected into their higher octave of consciousness? Or are they programmed, right? So we're looking at the source of energy that we're plugging into and looking at what they're plugging into. It's like opening, it's like a car's running and then you're looking at all of the car and it's like, this car works. But then you open the bonnet and you're like, oh, all of these cords are plugged into old wires and it's a bit dirty over here, right? So what we're really being called to do is restructure from all of these things that we have seemingly plugged into and learn how to clear things that are not authentic to us, things that do not come from our soul's divine blueprint, from our activated DNA sequencing, right? And plug into our higher consciousness and learn to run that frequency of our higher selves, that light. Light is information. Information informs the makeup of our physical body. It informs the way that we think, feel, express, see, understand, emote, move, act, right? How do we connect into that higher octave of energy to run it through our body, to run it through the new synapses that will form when you harmonize to that higher light information expression? And how do our thoughts change? How do those thoughts change our emotions? How do our emotions change our sense of self? How does our changed sense of self vibrate and create a different oscillation and a different reality to be attracted to us, right? And then they're showing me, if one person successfully, it's kind of like unplugging from the matrix, right? If one person successfully deconstructs all of the templates from their system that are inorganic, that are incongruent to the truth of who they are, that are feeding on some other energetic source and system that does not have their best interests, and they focus intention, meditation, healing, integration, inner child work, and reharmonize and restructure themselves, they're showing me the DNA spirals coming back online, then you're able to access higher states of consciousness at a more even equilibrium level throughout the day. You're going to stabilize into a new energetic system where you're not moving through the highs and the lows of ascension and and you're octavizing up to start to literally take a plug and plug into your higher self and have instant knowledge about where you're at, have instant connection to the healing teams that can support you, have more recognition of your psychic gifts, which can then help you so many ways that psychic gifts help you get information. Should I eat this? Should I not eat this? And then more of your multidimensional awareness can come online so you can be reclaiming and re-embodying. Did you have a life as a healer in Egypt? Were you there for the fall of Atlantis? And maybe you were a record keeper of certain crystals in Atlantean consciousness that had certain free energy structures. Maybe in your DNA is coded for you to wake up at a certain time to bring forth certain information that is going to help the collective move from this density to this next octave of density, right? So it is my full, true, firm belief that the deeper that you're going to go in right now is the deeper that you're going to get access to the kind of the cool stuff. Like, I wouldn't be who I am today without having had explored my trauma in Egyptian timelines and cleared those restrictive patterns. I was cut up into pieces, and they made me say a vow that I won't ever spread my higher consciousness information again. And I didn't start this channel until like 10 months ago, a year ago, because these stagnating templates that were in my field, and when I start to clear those things and reclaim my power and say no and journey into those parts of my multidimensional self, then I realize, I'm so powerful, and why would I let that guy dictate me? Oh, because of fear. Oh, because I was hurt. That hurt I was still feeling in my nervous system, which gave the pulse of unsafety to speak my truth, right? So reclaiming those parts of yourself lets you understand who you truly are on a much more expansive level. And then when you can harmonize to all those versions of you, you will never need to feel like someone else can validate you, can add to you in any way, can take from you in any way, because you know with every fiber of your being. They always show it to me and this man like a Jenga block. Imagine a Jenga block that's got pieces all the way up the layers, but some of the layers are taken out, right? So it's like quite unstable. So anything can come to it and like knock it over. When you're acclimatizing to your multidimensional consciousness, you're aware of all the layers. You're harmonized to all of the layers. You've integrated these aspects of you. You're not expected to do it all in this life. This is like a lifetime's worth of work. But the point is, for you, it could be this lifetime that you accelerate and accentuate and activate to these multidimensional threads of you, because this is where your next level of empowerment can come from and really actually truly change your life. And then once one person's plugged in, it's going to energetically affect the grid that everyone else is on. So if 4 or 5 people learn to successfully clear their trauma, clear their templates, upgrade their templates, run their higher consciousness, this is how the next octave of humanity is going to form on the next octave. And Gaia can kind of like move into another octave of awakening, right? And this is also how the splitting happens. Beings that can't match the vibrational resonance of this other octave of Earth, there are billions and billions of different versions of Earth, we're all on kind of a different version of Earth, are going to kind of pull away and remain in their own kind of pattern. But that's another conversation altogether. So I hope this helps someone out there, this very long rant of mine, to understand that the next 6 to 9 months are kind of intense. We're accessing more than we've ever accessed before. We're clearing deeper than we've ever cleared before. And the path is to go into your inner child, into your wounding, and become empowered over your healing process. Take it head on and know that you're going to be supported tenfold if you do, because it's literally time to wake up, to run the high consciousness light, to embody yourself, activate your multidimensional field, activate the aspects of your DNA that have been diminished, like the strings of a harp. Someone's holding them, and when you pluck it, it doesn't make a sound. It doesn't mean that it's not there. It means that someone else is having the power over you to diminish you. So take all of that off, string all of the frequencies of the harp, and vibrate to your fullest expansive essence, and you will heal. You will grow. And then life won't always be about healing, right? Then life can balance out, and it can be about joy and lifting other people up and being in service, being in the collective, being in love with yourself, being connected to yourself in every second moment of the day, being harmonized in your thoughts, and being at peace. Because this world is noisy and chaotic, but if you make your own frequency nice and peaceful, this is the best thing that you could ever do, to tend to your own garden first. And then you're going to inevitably affect positively anyone that you contact, anyone that meets you in energetic ways that you do not understand yet. We are always seeding little wake-up calls into people's energies by just walking into their energy field. As you walk around, you're holding a certain vibrational resonance, which is emitting a frequency and leaving little codes and information out there. So when you come across someone else's vibrational path, they're going to feel forever shifted by having met you. This is what inspires change. Seeing something that makes you want to change, meeting someone that inspires you to change, feeling the resonance of someone who has done it before. That means that you can do it too. Seeing is believing sometimes. So don't forget, your light might be the one thing that inspires another person to feel safe, to go inward and look at their own things, because it's coming for everyone, the collective cleanup. And you want to be, on the side of who you really are, which is fully whole and perfect and healed. Everyone listening to this has a purpose. Everyone listening to this has a mission. And you might feel like, but I'm retired, or I'm like work at a bookshop, right? It doesn't matter on the 3D realm what you're doing, because this is all a play, this is all pretend, this is all a game, right? Everything that you can do to tend to yourself, to upgrade yourself, is helping everyone in ways that aren't spoken about on the news, that aren't reflected in social media, because they don't want you to realize the power that you have. So without getting into too much like we are controlled, take back your power, because there's something really special that you are here to do. And it's literally encoded in your DNA. It's literally the reason that you wrote a contract for yourself to come to Earth at this time. So like the time is now, and you are special, and you are validated, and you are important. And I hope that my love and care about this you can feel, because if I can do it, like I have felt absolutely worthless and terrible and no purpose, and I felt very dismembered in my early life. And by doing this work again and again, I'm beginning to finally move through these very, very deep traumas, like unbearably painful traumas, to come to this new ability to perceive what's really happening. And it's a very, very beautiful space to come to. And I invite you all to understand that you are important and that you matter and will make an effect. And it's time for the light workers to do their work. So if you need any help at all, feel free to contact me. The Cosmic Library is literally there as a space to create all of the downloads that I feel are important for some people at a certain time. They're really powerful. They really make a shift. And just do your own inner work and see, try out things that work for you. Leave your comments in the section below, and I thank you for listening to my TED Talk on the human awakening. Bye.